Eckley Miners Village Museum is getting ready to reopen, and they're getting ready to tell more stories about all different kinds of people who have called our area home. Here's Lisa Sugar with Eckley's site manager, Bodie Morin.
We're very excited. It'll have been 13 months since we officially closed in March of 2020, and we will be opening on April 30th, which will be a Friday. And for the first couple of months, we're going to be open just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then slowly, as the pandemic hopefully winds down, we will be adding more programming and adding more hours and adding more tours and activities. But we're just thrilled to get back to work. And opening our history and our heritage to people from our area, then visitors from around the country. We'll be doing cleaning several times during the day, sanitation, and and then a lot of outdoor activities as well. So it should be safe, and like I said, we're just thrilled to get back to work.
You have a unique project now that is underway, and I was impressed when I saw this. It's called Inviting You to Share Your Stories as part of the We the Anthracite New Voices. What is all of this about? Because you're going to do it virtually, but then you'll eventually put it in the museum itself. So this is rather unique. Tell us about this project.
Since the museum's founding in 1975, we've been really focused on the industrial culture of anthracite coal mining. The people that came here to work in the industry, the people that whose families have been here for generations working in the industry. And it's really been a very, I don't want to say narrow, but it's been a very focused interpretation on certain people from certain parts of the world that have come to sort of dominate our region. But there's been people that have lived here for thousands of years. There's people that have come here that weren't directly part of the coal industry. And then there's people that have been coming here recently. And all of these people, the people whose ancestors have been here, the new people, the people whose families have been here for thousands of years, they all make up our culture. They all make up our community. So we want to start looking beyond what we normally look at and sort of expand our understanding of these other people, the people that aren't very well represented in the museum.
That's a really cool idea because, yes, we've always been synonymous. Whenever a magazine from out of the area, writes about us, it's always about the coal industry, So that's an important fact that you're bringing up, that not everybody came for the mining industry. So this is really unique. So how do people get involved in this project? Who are you looking for, and how do they take part in it?
Starting off with the virtual program. We're gonna do surveys online, and this is partially due to the pandemic, and partially because we're looking at new ways to reach people without requiring somebody to come into the museum. So we have an initial survey that's up on our website, www.anthracitemuseum.org. And on the front page, there'll be a link to the exhibit, We Are Anthracite New Voices. And they'll be able to do an initial short survey. And then the idea is that once we review these short initial surveys, that we will then follow up with people that are interested in doing a more in-depth story. So we want to understand people's histories, why they came here, how their group or their community was involved, how the industry, either active or inactive, impacted who they are. And I want to mention too that we're not just looking at ethnic groups too. It could be, we are certainly looking at ethnic groups too, new populations that have been here for a long time, and even populations that may have been removed, 300 years ago. But it's also other groups too that may have had, who people identified with, that may have had an impact with the industry. LGBTQ. Maybe people that have vision or other needs for accommodation, maybe they have stories to tell as well. So if somebody goes to the museum and they don't see their group represented, well, we want to hear from them.
Today's news feature is brought to you by the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott. Need to relax? Book a stay at our indoor pool and dry sauna. Call the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott at 570-453-0300.